Guys, thanks for checking out the channel, watching the video. Today we're doing something. Don't judge me about this cake before you taste it. We're making a cake. It is a Tennessee prune cake. I know it's prunes. Bad reputation, but delicious if you've ever had them. I have a friend at work who has a bucket of prunes on her desk, and every day she's just nom on prunes. Anyway, that's what made me remember this cake. And we had it in Tennessee, so I'm gonna call it a Tennessee prune cake. If its origin is Tennessee, I don't know, don't judge me. It is, that's where I got it, that's where I had it, that's what I'm calling it. So it's a Tennessee prune cake topped with a buttermilk glaze, which is drizzled over the top. You poke holes in it, it soaks in. This thing is delicious, so don't judge it till you try it. It is really good. So here comes the recipe for a Tennessee prune cake. Guys, if you are not subscribers to the channel, take a second. I know you hear that everywhere, but we do. It really does make a difference. Just take a second, hit that subscribe button and join our channel. If you want this recipe, I do have it downloadable at our new website, which is tastingaround.com. So just check under the link for downloadable recipes and you'll find this recipe along with the past few. We opened the website about 6 weeks ago or something like that. So there's some more recipes on there. You guys, here it comes. Tennessee prune cake with a buttermilk glaze. First thing we're going to do, we've got about 27 pitted prunes. This is about 7-ounce package. And we're going to cut these all up in half, cut them in about six or eight pieces, just about that size like that. We're going to cut all of them up, and then we're going to put that in a bowl. Prunes are really sticky when you get on the inside of them. Into this, we're going to put 1 cup of buttermilk with the prunes. All right. And let that, we're going to go ahead and finish chopping that, get that done. Now we're going to put our dry ingredients together. So in a bowl, we have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To this, we're going to use 1 teaspoon of baking soda, about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and our spices. Our spices are 1 teaspoon each of cinnamon, make sure I got it the right way, cinnamon, whole ground cloves, nutmeg, allspice. So 1 teaspoon of each. It's a lot of spices. Mix that together. And we're just gonna whisk that together and combine them. All right, set that aside. We're going to do our wet ingredients now. So we have 3 eggs, 1, 2. Yeah. I got prunes on them from chopping prunes. So 3 whole eggs, 1 cup of oil. You can use canola or vegetable. I like vegetable better, so I'm going to use the vegetable. And mix this together. And to this, we're going to put 1.5 cups of white sugar. That's 1.5 cup of white sugar. To this, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And mix that together. So now we have our flour, our dry mix, our wet mix, and our prune mix. We're going to combine this. We're going to combine the prunes. Let me get rid of the whisk. You don't need that anymore. We're gonna put our prune mix in with our wet mix. and stir that together. Okay. So now we've gone ahead and preheated the oven to 325, and we've prepped a 13x9 pan with parchment paper. So we're ready to combine the wet with the dry. So we're just going to actually dump it in there. We want to mix this with a spoon. So this is going to bake a little cool at 325. It's usually at 350, but we're going to bake it at 325 for 45-50 minutes. And if any of y'all make quick breads, this reminds me of a quick bread with that much oil. That's where I'm going with that. But it smells really good. All that much spices it's got to. Okay. It's mixed well. All right, we'll set that to the side. We have our lined pan here. We're going to pour that into the 13x9 pan. Push it all the way out to the edges. All right, kids, so this is ready for the oven. We'll set that in the oven and we'll get going on our glaze for this. All right, guys, for the glaze, I am going to melt 6 tablespoons of butter in a saucepan. You could certainly do this in the microwave if you want to ahead of time or whatever, but I didn't, so I'm just going to do it this way. I'm using the really big eye for some reason because my hands are cold, so it's like I'm cheating and warming up my fingers while I'm making the glaze. Because you want to have this made by the time your cake comes up, because you want to have this needs to go on the cake warm. Okay, the butter's melted, so we're going to put into this a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 2 tablespoons of dark corn syrup. I'm going to turn this down, or off actually. Spray your measuring device before you put it in there. It makes it easier. Okay. We're going to put in about 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Oh, I just missed. And about 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to stir this all together and bring it to a boil. If you've ever had buttermilk glaze, buttermilk glaze is the bomb, y'all. And you want to stir that constantly. Oh, I guess I should turn the eye back on. We don't want to let this do much. We just want to bring it to a boil. We're not trying to get it to a ball stage like a hard ball or a soft ball, anything like that. We want that sugar to melt and the flavors to combine. It smells so good. This is one of my favorite glazes, is this buttermilk, because it's got a nice little twang to it that's delicious. Now watch it puff up. It's beginning to puff up. It's so cool. Again, stir constantly. right, it is coming to the boil. You can see it is beginning to boil. Again, don't disregard it and don't walk away from it. You got to stir. Kill that heat. And we're going to put about a teaspoon of vanilla in this. And kids, that's the glaze. That is all there is to it. So we're going to set that to the side and wait for our cake to finish. There she goes. All right, guys, 45 minutes later, this is what you get. It smells so good. Take a skewer. We're going to poke holes in the top of the cake, all over. Because we want the glaze to soak into this cake. So, by the way, it comes out clean when you poke it. That means your cake's done. Like I always say, my oven is hot, so 45 minutes is plenty for me. You may take 50. All right, now my glaze, I've actually reheated a little bit. So we got that warm again. We're going to drizzle this glaze. Make sure it gets stirred. We're just going to drizzle it all over the top. You don't want to do it all at once because you want it to soak in as you drizzle. And if you just clump the whole thing, it just run off the top and down the sides. You could put it in something pourable if you wanted to and drizzle it. Me, when I do that, I tend to do it too fast. This kind of forces me to take my time and let it soak in. See, it's soaking in those little holes. Now, once we get this done, we're going to let this come to room temperature. Let it cool completely. And then we are going to try a bite of this. I do have to take a piece to work tomorrow. Or on Monday. Today is Saturday. All right, kids, there it is. Got a sneak a smell. Oh my goodness. All right, so resist the urge to take a big bite. We're gonna let this cool and then we're gonna give it a taste. The cake has cooled. We're gonna cut a piece. Oh, look how pretty. Really like these simple cakes like this. Now if I can get it out without mutilating it, which is okay, guys. That's what it looks like. You can see where the glaze soaked into it. Let's taste. All right, guys, here is the cake. You can smell all those spices and oh my gosh, they smell good. Let's see. So you can see the prunes in there. Look how nice. That is so delicious, y'all. Those cloves, that just hit you right off. So good. I cannot tell you how good that is. This would be an A+ for Christmas because it has all those Christmassy flavors, but it's good, would be good anytime all year. You could definitely put a side of whipped cream with that to kind of soften it a little bit. But that is, look, there's a big old chunk of prune. It's so moist too. Guys, you should totally try this. This is a Tennessee prune cake with a buttermilk glaze. Guys, if you're not subscribers, take a second, hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And remember, you can get a downloadable copy or a downloadable PDF file of this at tasteandaround.com under recipe downloads. So you guys have a great week. Thank you for watching. Take care of each other, but most of all, be nice to each other.